Hello everyone, I'm Hutchison from VOE Networks, and today we continue with another episode of the Up Close show, picking up where my host Sumi left off. So today I have a very fine gentleman with me, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay, so I'm in the person of H.E Nti Richard Acheampong. I'm the UMaT SRC president.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you for having us here. Okay, so kindly tell the people something about yourself.
Oh, okay. So, as you all know me, I'm a very simple type. I believe in the power of together agendaness. Okay, that is it.
Okay, together agendaness. Speaking of agenda, I want to ask you, what brought you into politics?
Okay, politics. What brought me into politics? Interesting. Yeah, so I think before I even came to school, my goal, I had two goals. Okay, one was to finish with a specific class, and the other one was to complete school as SRC president. Yeah, so it was something I was interested in from the beginning, but then I didn't really know how to go about it until the second semester when they had started campaigning. So I started campaigning for some aspirants at the time, and that is what actually brought me into the UMaT politics.
So you're saying you had two goals: finish with a certain class and do politics. I'm assuming that the class is a very high class.
Yes, a second class upper.
So didn't you feel like the class and the agenda is something that are apart, and when you do one, you might not be able to fulfill the other goal?
Yes, there are two different things, but then I could have aimed for first class, but then looking at the way the agenda was, because my brother, who is a student of UMaT, educated me on that before I came in. So it was something that was said that for agenda and first class, it's so difficult, but then I wanted to take a shot to see.
Wow, that's very inspiring. So I want to ask you, what do you want to be known for after your tenure of office is over?
Okay, so what I want to be known for are my bold policies. Like a policy we are about to work on, that is the construction of the Essikado campus football field, the SRC study area, and then the acquisition of the SRC shuttle system.
Okay. So first question, I want to know what is happening at SRD with regards to the recent petitions against the SRC.
Okay, so the recent petitions against the SRC are petitions that are actually coming from the SRC against itself. Okay, so I think the first ever petition received, I didn't receive the petition, so it came from the Chief Justice of the Essikado campus SRC. I think he issued a petition against the appointment, and then some people not being sworn in, but then taking on their rules. Okay, yes, of which that was settled. And then the second petition that was filed against the Freshers Aquaba Week we recently had, of which the person sought an injunction against the Aquaba Week because the person said the withdrawal process for the funds for the event had breached some constitutional procedures, of which we had not even withdrawn money at that point in time. So we taking the case onto the appellate body, we realized there was no substance in that petition, and so therefore it wasn't sat on.
Okay, so from what you are saying that they started with the petitions, you guys are just, more of a self-defense situation.
As I said, the petition is the SRC writing a petition against the SRC itself. So I think the two petitions we've seen so far are from the Office of the Vice President. Yeah, so it has to do with issues whereby he needs clarification on certain things. So he just takes it up and then he writes. But then we've had a discussion and I think everything is on point now.
So you mentioned the CJ when you were talking. So I want to ask, I'm sure you're aware of what has been going on main campus, the suspension of the CJ.
Yeah.
So the president has stated that your swearing in wasn't in due process. So do you have any comment on that?
Now the swearing in not being in due process, as in, you get it? Because I'm a little bit confused here. The process for the swearing in, the mother SRC is the SRC in Takwa, and we are an extension of that SRC here. And then in a case whereby the Chief Justice from the Essikado Campus SRC has already graduated, that means that lawfully the Chief Justice that will come and swear in the new speaker and then the new Chief Justice should be the Chief Justice from Takwa. And then he came here to do the swearing in himself. So I'm a little bit confused when they say we didn't follow the due process. How?
So you feel like everything that was done up to your swearing in, there's no issue with it?
It's not like I feel like everything that happened with our swearing in went through the right process.
Do you feel like what's happened in a way has affected or has led up to the CJ suspension in main campus?
For what happened here at the Essikado campus shouldn't account for the CJ's suspension, because whatever the CJ came to Essikado campus to come and do, he came to do the right thing.
So in your point of view, he's justified according to the constitution?
I think with the letter that was released, okay, there were other issues that piled up for the suspension. For that, I have no idea about it. But then for the one that happened in Essikado, he did the right thing here.
Okay, so my last but one question. So last year you were the JCR president, and there were numerous cases, including the basketball projects, that you had issues with trying to get through to the SRC.
Interesting. Yes, so I think we had, I won't say some small, it was a challenge, okay. So I think we wanted to, you see, mostly the JCR was on the straight campus because of the money we get. You can't really tackle any huge project. So this time around, my people and we sat down and then we decided, okay, fine, let's go all in on a basketball court project, of which we knew it was going to affect us financially because we only had 147,000 cedis in dues. Okay, and then you attempting a basketball court project of about 70,000 Ghana cedis. That means that more than almost half of your money is going into the project. And then you are now going to have to think about whole week elections, allowances and all. You get it? But then we were still ready to do it because we wanted to leave a legacy. So we had discussions even before the Essikado SRC had their first elections. We had discussions with the administration. The dean had approved a place for us to have the project. Then I think during the reading of the first state of the JCR address, that was when I realized the SRC president at the time had also read that he was going to construct a sports complex, okay, which was going to feature a basketball court. So the LA at the time raised the issue that no, if that is going to be the case, then we can't have 2 basketball courts on the Essikado campus. So we responded that, okay, if that is going to be the case, the Essikado campus SRC, how much do we get? I think at that time we were getting about 900,000 cedis in total. And then in total, that means that talking about a sports complex is practically, it's impossible, not to talk about it even being real. So we kept on pushing for us to do the project because we were prepared. Our bill of quantity was ready, contracts and everything. We had a plan, the drawings and all. But then it still couldn't go through. So the SRC was awarded the project. And with that, they were not able to complete it. We have some they had some issues with that project too. So going forward, we are looking to pass down that project to the railway or JCL, okay, and then give them the support to finish the basketball court.
So my last question: behind the cameras, behind the politics, do you have any interest or hobbies you are into aside politics?
Yes, I have hobbies. So what I enjoy, I like watching movies, but then some specific movies, okay. So if the movie doesn't talk about history, I'll lose interest. Yes. So Game of Thrones, Rome, Gladiator, those are my genre of movies.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting the genre. I was expecting to hear a little action.
No.
What about sports? For someone who is so passionate in finishing the basketball project, I was expecting to hear something along the lines of sports.
Oh, sports, yes. So a little bit of sports. That is football and then long tennis.
Do you play or you watch?
Okay, so I play long tennis and then I watch football.
Okay, so now we are diving into the last set of questions, the personal questions. So my first question, I'm really intrigued for what you have to say about this. So, are you in a relationship?
I wouldn't want to disclose that.
Hey, I thought I would hear no. The politicians in main company, they are all saying they are single. But if you are saying you don't want to disclose it, I think we know the answer.
Find out.
We'll do our due diligence and see. So, with all these responsibilities on you as the president, how are you coping with your academics?
With that one, semester they come but then at the end of it all, we still find our ways around it.
Okay, so speaking about your academics, earlier you mentioned that your aim was second class upper. Can I know why you didn't aim higher for first class?
Yes, I could have aimed higher, but then studying a course like electrical and electronic engineering, and then you know how agenda is.
Yeah.
You sometimes even you hardly go to class. Piling that together with politics, first class, it is not realistic. Okay, just be honest with yourself.
So, second class upper was the more realistic approach. So, the last question, I'm really interested to know if this happens in the SRID campus. How is the sexual harassment case on SRID?
Sexual harassment. Okay, to the best of my knowledge, we haven't received reports on any sexual harassment case. But then, if there is any sexual harassment issue, and then if it's a lady or even a guy, okay, feel free, just reach out, just go to the counseling units and file a report, okay, or you can head to the Dean of Students office and then file a report. If you're a lady, you can see the WUCOM, or you can just go straight to the Dean of Students and file the report too.
Okay, but speaking from the lady's point of view, I feel like if there are such cases happening and they want to make a report, because of your influence as someone in politics, they feel like the problem will not go far.
No. Someone in politics, the problem will not go far. No. Someone in politics in the school is just a student as yourself. It's just that they are so fortunate. Let me see, we are so fortunate to lead the student front. That doesn't make we higher than yourself or something. So therefore, because sexual harassment is a violation in human rights, and I can't come and violate the rights that the Constitution has given you. So if someone comes in and someone does that to you, report.
Okay, so there's also the problem of stigmatization and how the person will be seen with this issue coming out. Definitely there will be people who would feel for the person, help the person overcome it, but you still have some people who look at the person with a different lens. So what do you think the SRC can do to fix or mitigate that?
Yes, that's the issue with stigmatization. Okay, I really get your point, but then that shouldn't be a reason why you wouldn't report somebody for sexual harassment. Okay, because do you know that forcing yourself to have sex with a lady, you can even kill her?
Yeah.
Yes. So would you say that because of stigmatization, you would want to be raped? No, you can't say that. Forget about stigmatization. Once the person has done that to you, come out and come and report. Okay, if you don't consent to any sexual related activity, if you don't consent to it and you are being forced, report.
Oh, okay. So all too soon we've come to the end of this show. So my last question for you is, do you have any final remarks to the people of SRID, and what should they expect from you this year?
Okay, so my final remarks to the people of SRID is that they should have faith for the good times and yeah. Thank you.
Faith. What a good way to end the show. So thank you very much for joining us today. And thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time.
Active.